Good morning, Cornerstone. Or good afternoon. Evening? I don't know what time you're watching this video. What's up, Cornerstone? Hope that your day has been phenomenal. I don't know if you've noticed, but Kent and Steve have been posting some devotionals on our Facebook page. They've been really good so far, and it's actually my turn to share with you guys a devotional. And so, my devotional is going to be for my teens and for our adults here at Cornerstone. But the way I want to do my devotional is I just want to read a page out of my devotional book. I'm reading the book Live in Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Goff. There's 365 journal entries in here and devotionals that you can read. It's been a really good tool for me the past few months, but I just wanted to read you guys a page out of this book. And so Bob Goff, the title of this chapter is Fear Only Has the Power We Give It. Hope works the same way. He pulls from Isaiah 43 verse 1, which says, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name, and you are mine." He says, I love the movie Monsters, Inc. Ever seen it? In the movie, there's a world full of monsters who scare kids at night. They go into kids' closets through special doors, scare the bejesus out of them, and those screams are harnessed as a natural resource, a natural energy that powers the monsters' lives. Think electricity, but the outlet, right, is a screaming 5-year-old. Scaring and screaming seem normal to the monster until one of them encounters a precious little girl who doesn't seem afraid at all. She thinks the monster is the pet, and she just laughs. It's a great movie. You should definitely see it. When I watch the movie, here's what it shows me. Monsters only have the power we give them. Fear works the same way. We lose sleep dreading scenarios. We toss and turn thinking of all the horrible outcomes. And then we wake up to another new morning. We could have skipped over the sleepless nights if we'd only given in to hope instead of fear. We might not be able to laugh like the girl in the movie, but perhaps we could muster a grin, knowing that outcomes are God's to decide and not ours. Fear is usually a story that we tell ourselves. We tell ourselves people wouldn't love us if they really knew us. We tell ourselves trying means failure and failure means worthlessness. Look, we don't need to be stuck looking up at the ceiling worrying. We can choose to tell ourselves a story of hope instead. One that says we'll be even more loved when we're seen as we are. The monsters really aren't that scary. And they probably aren't real. You see, hope reminds us there's always grace when we fail. And you see, hope reminds us we might just succeed too. Whereas fear kind of tells us this lie that we are going to fail. Hope tells us that we might just succeed. Take all the power you're giving to fear and hand it over to hope instead. He ends with these two questions. What power are you giving to fear today? What will you give God? Will you give him that fear? I don't know about you, Cornerstone, but these times right now, they're a bit strange. A lot of weird things are happening and we don't really have control over them. But what we get to choose and what we have control over is where we place our fear. It's where we get to place our worry and our angst. We can either choose to give it all to fear and despair, or we can give it to God and give it to hope. I don't know about you, but I think that I'm going to start trying to give it into hope. I don't want to have to be turning in my sleep with worries about the future. I want to start being able to just trust God and know that He's got it. I love what Bob Goff says. He says, maybe, perhaps, we could muster a grin knowing the outcomes are God's to decide and not ours. Cornerstone, whatever might come from this coronavirus or whatever in the world is going on right now, we can trust in God because He's already made a way for us. And we can trust Him, and we can not fear, knowing that He has redeemed us, and that He has called us by name. He calls us His own. So Cornerstone, remember that fear only has the power we give it. And hope only has the power we give it. So let's make sure that we're given power to hope instead of fear in these weird and strange times. I love you, Cornerstone, and I hope that this brings you some hope. See you guys.